exercises in the first section, the last couple of exercises in the second section, and some of the exercises further down the line give us application-based problems or word problems. So we need to be able to figure out how to do those. So I'm going to give you probably what is the easiest way to be able to handle the problem. We're going to use a chart method to set up all of our application-based problems, all of our word problems. The chart method is going to help us organize the information, but it's also going to give us the appearance of an augmented matrix almost from the very get-go. So it's going to kind of bypass the writing the system phase of the problem, but there are times when they will actually ask you to write what the system is, so don't bypass that if it's part of the question that they've asked you in the problem. Most important thing for you to be able to figure out is what the unknowns are. And that's actually pretty simple because there's going to be a statement of the problem for that. So you're going to see a sentence or a problem that starts like what we see at the top up here. And the first thing that's going to happen is people are going to freak because they're going to see all those words and they're going to go, I don't do word problems. Well, you're going to learn how to do word problems. Okay? We're going to use a chart method. So I read through all that garbage and stuff in there, and I come to the most important part of the problem that I need to find right here. Determine how many packages are shipped by ground and how many packages are shipped by air. These are my unknown quantities. How many things am I going to ship by ground and how many things I'm going to ship by air. The unknown quantities automatically become the column headers in your chart approach to the problem. How many packages shipped by ground? How many packages shipped by air? And then there's always going to be a total column. It might, for some of you, be better to identify what the total column is first. Because the problem is all about taking the information that's up there, the numbers, and dropping them into the grid. All the information about the packages shipped by ground, since that was an unknown, and the first unknown I read in the problem, will be described by X variables. And all the values that are going to be associated with shipping by air are going to be described by Y values. And all the values of totals are going to be totals. They'll be numbers. They won't have variables attached to them. Let's read through the problem and find the totals first. Total cost of shipping for all packages was $8,456.25. 350 packages total were shipped. This is a piece of information that talks about packages. Therefore, we know what everything on that row represents. Number of packages. This is the information that was all designed around cost. So we know that this value goes on the cost column. So we have $8,456.25, and we have 350 packages, all told. How many packages did you ship by ground? You don't know. It's represented by a variable X, isn't it? How many packages did you ship by air? I don't know. Is it the same number of packages I shipped by ground? It could be, but are we sure it is? So if we're not sure, would we be better off putting a different variable? That's talking about number of packages. What does it cost to ship a package by ground? So $16.50 for every one of those packages that we shipped by ground. And what did it cost for shipping by air? $35.25. and 25 cents for every package that we shipped by air. And we've taken all the information and organized it into a matrix, into a chart, into a table. And from that table, guess what we have? A system. X plus Y equals 350. 1650X, 3525Y, $8,456.25. Would that be a fair assessment of how you are feeling about that particular system? Does that look intimidating in terms of a system? Does it look like it's going to be difficult to solve? We could, right? We can solve it by substitution, or we can solve it by elimination, but the sheer numbers are a little bit frightening, aren't they? So the abbreviation of every system is an augmented matrix. And if I'm going to abbreviate the system in an augmented matrix, I'm not worried about anything except the number values. 1, 1, 350, 1650, 3525, 84, 56.25. An augmented matrix will always have a nice vertical slash through there, separating the variable side of the matrix from the constant side of the matrix. What would be quicker, solving it by hand or using the reduced row echelon command on the matrix? Calculator approach. So if it's a calculator approach,